calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. Ryan Tannehill will be orchestrating the offense, the top 10 pick back in 2012.
Remember we were kids and they all said, hey, whatever you want to do, make your kid a left-handed pitcher, make them play baseball, they'll play forever. Forget that. I want a quarterback, all right? That's what I want to raise. In this era where you throw it around like crazy, you put up numbers like he did in his last game.
Last week, almost 500 yards. Meanwhile, Tannehill's throw is taken in by Waddle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double-team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be second down. Here's Tannehill. Another completion here to Hunt. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
They'll run for the first time with Kareem Hunt, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They run again with Hunt, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. And going deep for Hill. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big gain of 38 there on third down.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Tannehill. This is caught. Touchdown. Jalen Waddle with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Dolphins are on the board first here this afternoon. Well, they spoke about the importance of getting off to a good start, and they're on their first drive, Charles, into the end zone for the touchdown.
And what an advantage for them. They're already clicking one drive in, didn't need to wait to get up to full speed. We had heard about the extra time they put in with each other, trying to learn each other's skills, what they like, the whole deal, and it paid off early in this one. I would expect them to keep firing on the next drive and keep that connection going.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fielded right around the 8. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. Now a first down throw, Tannehill. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. And now off to the races, down the right side. The 20. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. It's Josh Allen that'll be orchestrating the offense, a 6'5" quarterback from Wyoming.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
On 2nd and goal, Allen, and it's caught. Touchdown. Dawson Knox from a yard out. And the Beats are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
But Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. And CD, assuming he stays healthy, assuming the health, should get to that 1,000-yard mark pretty easily.
And the best part of what he's done so far is allows him and the team to relax their pursuit a little bit. Meaning, if they just have normal games, they'll get to the 1,000-yard mark. They don't have to force anything. But one of the reasons he's having the year he's having is what I call route running arrogance. They think there's no one that can cover them. No matter how many people are put in his direction, it just doesn't matter. He's going to find a way to beat them. And so far this year, he's done exactly that.
He sure has. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
On first down, it's Tannehill. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Tannehill. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On first down, Tannehill. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
Tannehill looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. pick made by Terrell Bernard. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they picked that one off.
So after the INT, it's Allen. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because, remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a first down right out of the gate.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw, it's Allen. Tannehill intercepted again. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Patterson, he'll try it up the middle. A nice little juke. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The numbers for him from a week ago: 15 carries, 85 yards, and a touchdown.
And their success running the ball in the previous game has to give them a lot of confidence, but they also understand going against a top 5 rush defense means you have to have a lot of offense in your game plan. Misdirection, counters, power game, maybe even some quarterback run to take the heat off of the running back.
Down inside the 10. A big play there on the catch and run, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs.
That's a nice job right there. Get the ball out to the perimeter, get it to your guy in space, and he's just going to take this, turn upfield, and turn it into a big play in 1st and goal.
It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Throwing now is Allen. Touchdown! O.J. Howard from 3 yards out. And the Beats have moved out in front. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So now here come the Dolphins. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Gets this one to Hill. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Tannehill. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Play action. It's Tannehill.
He'll get this one underneath to Hunt. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches. For these two division rivals, the schedule maker gave them a couple of second-half meetings this year. They met for the first time back in Week 11, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Hunt will try going up the middle. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Here's Tannehill. This is caught inside the 15. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Tannehill. Throw left side complete. That's Hunt. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Second quarter from Miami, it's the Dolphins with the football as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Tannehill on 3rd down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. On 4th down, off goes Tannehill. On comes Dolphin kicker Jason Sanders for the field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Sanders' kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense.
And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have, and think back to our meeting with the head coach, and we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
1st and 10, it's Patterson.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Now a guy who played his high school ball at Miami Central, it's James Cook.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
to the air. Allen. He completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The drive stays alive, a third down gain of 8.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
First down, here's the run with Cook.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down.
From just shy of midfield, Allen looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Pat Surtain.
Past the 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. And on that one, with 6 defensive backs, did he need to be more careful throwing the football? I mean, I guess obviously in hindsight he did, but...
Yeah, hindsight, but even in foresight, when you got 6 defensive backs on the field, you just know you're going to get multiple coverages. You're never sure what you're going to see. But the biggest one is you don't have much reaction time for your receivers to go get the football because those guys, they're the best cover guys on the field. They go get it. And on that play, they took it the other way for 6 points.
Extra point up and good by Sanders.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. And now this offense comes back. Just out here a moment ago through the pick six. So we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long.
He's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a gain of 31.
That's a well-thrown ball right there. This is where arm strength pays off because he's got to be able to get the ball both downfield and to the sideline. And that's one of the more difficult throws for a quarterback. And he put it right where it needed to be.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Straight ahead, Patterson.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
On second down, a run with Patterson.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Allen. Open man, there is Patterson, complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 18. A big third down pickup of 20 yards.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs. They have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
Christian Wilkins, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
A 2nd and 11 from the 19.
Up the middle, it's Cook. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Eluding the pressure right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
So Tyler Bass on now for the field goal.
This will be a 34-yard attempt.
The kick by Bass is good.
And that will tie things at 17 all. So they've put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
He's going to float this one deep right side.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. So after the sack of Tannehill, the Dolphins come up here on a 3rd and long. Tannehill.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Flushed out right.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
On 2nd and 10. Allen. And he slings one that's incomplete. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return, and it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues. Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here's Tannehill. Steps away to his left. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Now a throw here to his running back. They juked him. Room here to run. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Allen.
Another completion right back to Patterson. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Throwing again on second down. Allen.
Over the middle. That's hauled in by Tony.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. Allen now looks to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Beats have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And they will take a 7-point lead.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. From the 35 on second down, Tannehill. Going to look deep for Wilson. And that going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. We're starting to get near the home stretch of this NFL season. It's Week 13, so let's get an update on what's going on. We'll start up at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Zach Wilson, strong in the victory, as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. From there, we head to the Big Easy to check on the Saints at home in the Superdome. And they trail in that one to the visiting Las Vegas Raiders. Kenny Pickett throwing the football well. He has 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And they trail the visiting Chicago Bears. Trey Lance with a couple of touchdown passes. We'll move on now to check out the next-gen stats in that first half for our home team. And they've had plenty of success throwing the football so far this afternoon, as they're on pace to throw for over 300 yards if their form holds. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well. And most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Allen, the throw for Tony is intercepted.
Picked off Byron Jones, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
Yeah, excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just want to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Sanders on for the extra point. And in this rain, they were nice and cautious there on the extra point try, and that caution was well warranted as this game is tied. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
Taken in at the 3. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. First and 10.
They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. From the 25 on second down. Allen finding Knox there, complete. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Now Cook running right, able to slither by. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Allen.
That's complete to Tony.
A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Now a give running right, it's Cook. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen.
And that'll be caught by Tony. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Back to the ground now. Patterson.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Once more, they turn to Patterson.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 47 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10.
The pass complete on the crossing route. This is Tony with it. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
From the 17, here's 2nd and 4.
Patterson running between the tackles. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. On 1st down, going back to Patterson.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
Now 2nd and 9 from the 10.
To throw, it's Allen. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Allen going to throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
So Tyler Bass on now for the field goal.
This from 36 yards out.
The kick by Bass is good.
And they have regained the lead.
So give them 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say, we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
This will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Miami's offense set and ready to go.
Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Tannehill intercepted again.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
That offense trying to erase that deficit, get a little bit closer here and climb back into this game in the 3rd quarter. Instead, they further their disadvantage, Charles, with a pick 6.
And that defense came out willing to do anything necessary to defend that lead. I think they looked around the huddle and said, who's going to make the big play? Who's it going to be? And the person just ended up in the end zone with the football. He was the one that answered the bell.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
On 2nd and 7, Tannehill. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down.
Holding.
Let's check in with our referee. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now it's Tannehill. And going deep for Hill. It got his man complete.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Hey, you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Handoff up the middle, Hunt. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
From the red zone now, Tannehill. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Wilson.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
To throw again on 2nd down. Tannehill
going right back to Wilson. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal.
And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Ryan Tannehill. A 3-yard run as he kept it himself.
And the Dolphins have got it back to within a score.
Partner, wasn't that long ago that when I talk with these NFL coaches about different innovations in the college game, you can see their eyes roll and they just shut down right away. Don't bring me that Joe College stuff. Well, guess what? The college game has definitely infiltrated its way into the NFL.
Yeah, and these guys, when you're seeing the option defensively, you got to stick to your assignments. I know that's cliche. They didn't do it there.
And option football means exactly what you just talked about, assignment football for defenders. And that drives them crazy because you have to think your way through a play as opposed to just reacting and making the play.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is down to a field goal. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Takes it at the 7. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Now Patterson to start the drive.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to the ground. This time Cook. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This offense so far on third down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing now is Allen.
Going right back to Knox, and again a completion.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Getting the ball is Cook, running left. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down.
And meanwhile, Allen's throw taken in by Diggs. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 41. Handoff comes to Cook. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now on 2nd and 13. Allen, quick hitter here. It's complete.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
And we all know how talented this guy is, who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
And they'll send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Dolphins offense returning to the field. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
And nowhere to go. He goes down to the turf in the end zone. Tannehill taken down for the safety. Now, the 2 points, that's not totally critical at this point. Still a 1-score game, but they do have to give away the football with no guarantees they're going to get it back.
Yeah, or at least if they get it back, will they have any time to do anything with it? So they've got to send their defense out there and say, guys, we got to have it right now. Save some time for us.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20.
On the return, it's Tony. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Beginning on the ground with Patterson.
He'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Here's Allen. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 11 yards there, 1st down.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
First and 10, it's Patterson.
Shifts by him.
78 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll go again with Patterson.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They'll give it to Patterson.
And he'll get this down close to a 1st down at about the Dolphins' 42. On play action, Allen. Dancing to his left. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Patterson, he'll try it up the middle.
And he is going to lose yardage here. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. And now they'll throw with Allen.
Diggs crossing the field and bringing it in.
And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 19. That one good for 16 as the drive continues. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Operating from the red zone now, Allen. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Ball resting on the 10-yard line. It's 2nd and 1.
Now Allen.
Right back to Tony. He's got another one.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. And again, it's Allen. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
Cook is in for a touchdown. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time he had the speed to win that race.
Here's Bass now for the extra point.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
And he returns this to the 22.
Tannehill and the Dolphins now down by 12. 2:18 on the clock. They have all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning, but they need 2 scores. Now a first down throw. Tannehill. Over the middle, complete. It's Wilson. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. A good gain on first. Has them set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete.
That means there's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Going with their tight end on 4th. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Now Tannehill finding Hunt.
So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it's second down. Now Tannehill saying, let's get to the line.
Tannehill's throw taken in by Long here.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Being chased out left.
He's got Long, his tight end complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Meanwhile, Tannehill's throw complete here to Kmet.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Tannehill.
And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So with under 30 seconds to play, this is the game right here. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Allen down to a knee, and that should just about do it. And on now is the punter as he's on to kick it away. And a fair catch taken here at the 5-yard line. Huh, interesting.
What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
So for Brooklyn, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they'll have another road date next week with the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for Miami, it's a loss that could wind up costing them a first-round bye as they dip to 9-3. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts.